Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video will be on area and perimeter. Yeah, I thought since I've already started higher level maths topics like derivation, integration, I thought that I didn't cover fully the basics. So this is a topic that I missed out in the basics. Yeah, so this is area and perimeter. Area and perimeter falls around in year 6, and you learn a higher level of it when you come to year 8 or year 9. So let's get to it. Okay, in today's tutorial, in today's course, we're going to go through the area and the perimeter of a few specific shapes. But before that, we need to find out what area is and what perimeter is. Yeah, a shape, okay, any shape. It's a quadrilateral, it's a rectangle. Okay, it's not neat, it's not straight, please forgive me. Okay, over here, if we're gonna find the area is basically, the first step to finding the area is drawing a dot on one of the vertices. From over there, the length around the whole shape. Until we come back to that dot. But let's if the length given is 5 cm, 5 cm, 2 cm, 2 cm, then so first step, draw the blot. Then we have to travel around the whole thing. That's a 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. That gives us a 14 centimeters. So the perimeter is basically the length around the whole shape. We draw a blot on one of the corners, and then we pretend someone's running around the shape, and we add up all of it. So this is basically what a perimeter is. An area is, okay, let's use the same measurements. Let's assume that's a 5. Let's give that a 2. It's very neat. Okay. Now we need to find the area of the shape. Make this a bit neater. Okay. Item still. The area is basically just the length times the breadth. That's the length and that's the breadth or the width. Okay. So basically that's 5 cm times 2 cm equals 10 cm squared. Yeah, I forgot to mention. When you're doing area, your answer is always a square. So if it's 5 meters times 2 meters, it's 10 meters square. Okay, in perimeter we don't include a cm square, but in area, since we're finding the total area of the shape, it has to be cm square. In an exam, if you forget the cm square, if you forget the proper units at the end of the answer, you may lose a mark or two. Okay, so don't forget, in an area always specify that it's the answer square. So it's 10 cm square, not 10 cm. 10 cm is technically wrong. Okay, now you've seen what the perimeter is and what the area is. Perimeter. Okay, just know the parts of the rectangle. That's the length, breadth. Okay, in a square it's the same. And breadth. We're looking at basic quadrilaterals first. Then I'll teach you guys triangles. Okay, basically it is length plus breadth is perimeter. Yeah, perimeter P is length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. Length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. Area equals length times breadth. Simple. Okay, this is a summary of perimeter and area. Now let's go and find the area of a circle, perimeter and area of a circle. Okay, I'm just gonna do a random circle over here. It's not neat, it's completely inaccurate, but let's just look at it for an image. Okay, so first thing you need to know is the perimeter of a circle is not called a perimeter, it's called a circumference. Circumference may sound a bit tough, but yeah, it's called circumference. So the circumference, just like the perimeter, is the length around the shape. In circles, the circumference is the length around the whole circle, around the whole curve. That's what we call the circumference. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce to you guys one new value, which is pi. Pi is part of the formula to find the circumference of it. So yeah, so the circumference of this C equal to pi r. R is the radius of the circle. Radius, that's the center point. The center point to any part of the circle is called its radius. Let's just assume that our radius is, in the exam question they will give you the radius when you're gonna find out the circumference of it, but just in this question let's just assume it's 5 cm. So that's the easiest. Okay, 5. Now we have to calculate 2 times pi times 5. Substitute r with 5. 2 times pi times 5. So pi, it's actually a wrong value. It's actually 3.1514 something dot 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 dot. But for mathematical reasons and to save time, we're just gonna use pi equals 3.15. Remember that. Use 3.15, or you can use your scientific calculator to work that out. So let's substitute 2 times 3.15 times 5. Okay, now let's do the math. And the answer is 31.5 centimeters. Yeah, I forgot to mention it's centimeters. So to recap, the formula for circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Pi, I've explained to you pi in further videos, but just remember pi is an important mathematical term and it's equivalent to 3.15. So the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 times pi times 5, because in the question I've given over here, the radius of the circle, which is the length from the center of the circle to any point of the circle, is 5. So that's 2 times pi times 5. And since we're assuming pi is 3.15, given non-mathematical reasons, 2 times 3.15 times 5 gives us 31.5 centimeters as our circumference of the circle. Now, let's try to find the area of the circle. We found the circumference, aka perimeter of the circle. Now we're gonna find the area of it. Just like as I've said, any formula for circle includes pi. That I will explain to you when in further videos in higher level maths. But just remember, we need to use pi for any formula with a circle. So the area of a circle has the formula pi r squared. Okay, it needs two values here. We want the pi which is 3.15, it's a set value, and our radius. Okay, let me give the radius maybe 3 centimeters, 3 cm. Okay, the radius is 3 cm. Sorry, it's messy. So now pi times 3 square. Okay, because we have to square r. So pi equals 3.15 set value, and 3 square is 9. So let's do the maths. which is 28.35, and since it's we're looking at area, do not forget the answer is in centimeters square. Okay, now let's find the area. The perimeter of a triangle is the same as finding the perimeter of any shapes. Just total up all the sides, so that I don't need to explain to you. Now we'll look at finding the area of a triangle. We have the triangle, right angle triangle over here. The base is 5. Up here is the height is 3. The hypo, we don't need the hypo. Okay, it's a right angle triangle. Okay, the area of a triangle, the formula is 1/2 base times height. I'll explain to you the validity of this formula later. Okay, so base is our 5, the bottom is the base, so I'll substitute 5 times 3 equals 5 times 3 is 15. 15/2 equals 7.5 centimeter square. Okay, it's the area of a triangle. Perimeter is the same as any shape. Just total up all the sides, but since I just go on it, 35. Let's assume they give us that as let's assume that's a 6. Okay, so perimeter is very basic. 3 plus 5 plus 6, total up all the sides, equals 14 centimeters. Very easy. I'll just avoid that bit. Now, what else did I miss? Now, the parts of a circle. Okay, that's the center of the circle over here. That's the center. From center of the circle to any point of the circle is the radius. The length around the circle is the circumference, labeled at the C. One point of the circle to the other point of the circle is the diameter, and any part of the circle to any other part of the circle is called the sector, or a chord. Yeah, basic parts: radius, diameter, sector, chord, and circumference. Parts of the circle. Now, before we finish, I would like to recap all our whatever we've learned today, that you guys don't forget. Recap. Okay. In a shape, perimeter, any shape, length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. That's for a quadrilateral. Area, length times breadth. Okay, area of circle. Pi r square. Remember, pi equals 3.15. Dot. 3.15 pi r square. C of circle, circumference of circle, equals 2 pi r. Area of triangle. Area of triangle is 1/2 base times height. So, quick recap. Perimeter of any shape is the total of all of its sides in a quadrilateral. Length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. Area is length times breadth. Area of a circle is pi r square. Circumference of a circle is the length around the circle, which is 2 pi r. And area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, and pi equals 3.15. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to my website, mathsforgeeks.wordpress.com.